Can Dick Grayson root out an imposter, save his team, and protect an innocent young girl all at the same time? Well, let's hop to the pages of Nightwing issue number 102 and find out together, shall we? So then, picking up directly from where the last issue left off, poor Nightwing had gotten conked on the head by a demonic entity calling itself the Grinning Man. Grinning Man hoped that Dick would suffocate inside a morgue freezer, while he stole his form and used it to infiltrate the Teen Titans to get closer to Olivia Desmond, daughter of the Blockbuster. Thankfully, Dick ends up not joining all the corpses in this morgue, as he is an expert at self-mastery, able to slow down his heartbeat just enough to give him the time needed to escape. From there, he simply places a call to Oracle Barbara Gordon, who in turn puts him in contact with Cyborg, who can teleport him where he needs to go. Of course, Dick better hurry too, as Grinning Man has already managed to make it back to the Teen Titans safe house, neutralize Beast Boy, and is now ready to take Olivia back to his boss, Neron. This is where the book actually does a really good job creating a sense of unease and paranoia that you can only assume the child is feeling right now. She knows that she's dealing with a shapeshifter situation, but doesn't know which Nightwing to trust. This also means our big action set piece for the middle point of this comic is a good old-fashioned battle between dicks. Can the real Dick manage to beat off the fake Dick while everyone watches? Well, let's see for ourselves. You might also be saying, geez, Joel, that's some low-hanging fruit. But you know what? Sometimes the low-hanging fruit really does taste the sweetest. During the fight, too, we actually end up learning a fair amount about Grinning Man. He may have a grab bag of superpowers, be able to shift his shape, but he's not actually very smart. For one, he had no idea that Nightwing didn't have superpowers. After all, he figured if his boss Neron had a problem with him, then surely he must be an incredibly powerful individual. Dick is actually able to use this to his advantage by pulling out some tricks that we haven't ever really seen before, like Dick managing to get some blinding pellets from one of his Eskrima sticks. It's around this time too Olivia actually manages to clue on into who the real Nightwing is, and what does it? Well, when Dick drops mention of his dog Bitewing, something that naturally only the real Nightwing would know. In fact, Grinning Man did so little research on this mission, he actually gets taken by surprise when Olivia uses her blockbuster strength to knock the crap out of him. With his back truly against the wall and this mission deteriorating by the minute, Grinning Man decides to screw any sense of subterfuge and just fly away with Olivia. Of course, by this point, the rest of the Titans team is already waiting in the sky for him, and when that doesn't work, he just decides to throw the kid. Yeah, this friggin' guy throws a kid if you didn't have enough reason to hate him already. Don't worry though, Olivia ends up being fine, as it's at that moment that Wally West, the Flash, and Donna Troy end up making the scenes to help reinforce their friends. With Grinning Man defeated, they can finally take care of poor Garfield Logan, who gave up his house as a safe house and ended up getting beaten up once again for all of his trouble. Though Beast Boy is sure to say to Olivia if it meant keeping her safe, he'd happily get beaten up again if that was called of him. With Grinning Man fully defeated, the heroes can pump him for information on his boss Neron. It turns out that this guy wasn't always some sort of shape-shifting demonic entity. He was actually some loser, forgotten Superman villain called the Disguise Master. Oh, like the Dana Carvey movie. This guy was really bad at disguises and would often end up getting arrested. It's what made him such a soft target for Neron. He sold his soul in exchange for all the power he could ever ask for. Though he ended up losing his physical form and becoming some sort of horrifying leather S&M teeth creature. Nightwing and the others begin to weigh their options. They know that Grinning Man won't be the last of the agents that Neron sends after them, and poor Olivia. This guy's had his ego bruised one too many times now by a literal child. And because demon culture is pretty cutthroat, the longer he goes on with this disrespect, it's only a matter of time before another demon or devil comes for his crown in the underworld. Beast Boy and the others just can't seem to wrap their head around how someone like Blockbuster could just sell their kid's soul to Neron, and man, you know, they'd really like to be able to read that damn contract if they could. It's right around here all the different light bulbs start going off in Nightwing's head. Yeah, we should be able to read that contract. Maybe we'll just pop into hell and have a look in the devil's filing cabinet. For anyone else it would be difficult, but we're the goddamn Titans. A hell heist should be really easy. And believe it or not, it's on that note right there the comic comes to a close, everyone. And so that was Nightwing issue number 102, everyone. A fun and brief little romp that was maybe not quite as strong as the one that preceded it. After all, this one is kind of the middle child of this newest arc, and there's nothing particularly wrong with that. I feel like we've done the whole villainous imposter steals the shape of a famous superhero and tries to infiltrate their team story once or twice before, and it's hard to put new spins on it. Also, even though this is the Nightwing book, this is still very much the prologue to the brand new Titans Justice League book that Taylor will be helming soon enough. And don't get me wrong, I positively love seeing Nightwing hang out with his friends and allies and peers. It's a great time, but I also feel like the story kind of struggles to make it so that everyone has skin in the game. For some characters, it's definitely easier than others. They're using Beast Boy's house as a safe house, so obviously he takes everything that happens there super seriously. Same goes for Raven. Olivia is a little girl being tormented by demonic forces out of her control. Naturally, Raven can relate to that and feels that, you know, she has a particular duty to protect her. And everyone else is just kind of along for the ride, which, yeah, it's a team story. Not everyone is going to have a lot of narrative hooks in the proceeding. I will actually be interested to see what becomes of the team once they actually do start their hell heist and once they actually do make it to the lair of Neron. He is a suitably large villain for them to fight. And again, I can't help but shake the feeling that the seeds that this book plants will actually end up coming to blossom over in the new Titans book once that begins. Overall, though, I'd give this one a 7.5 out of 10. It's pretty good, it's pretty solid, but on its own, it's nothing I haven't really seen before.
Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cave Jewel, and if you're seeing me right now, that means you watched to the end of the video, which I am very appreciative of. It really helps drive engagement and retention and all that other good YouTube stuff. So does liking and commenting. Wink wink. If you like my content too, you should check out my Patreon page. We just redid all the tiers, so there's a ton of great rewards. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month, and well, it would just really help me out. It's never expected, but always appreciated. So until next time, everyone, I've been Cape Joel, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.